everybody, my name is Maron and welcome to my channel. So today I've got a little waterfall tutorial for you all because Jessica Ray Plays was like, I have no clue how to do this. So here's me helping you out. I love using the Island Waterfall one from Debug, and it's the easiest one to use in my opinion. The only thing I do always do is size down the grid because it is huge. I mean, 64 times 64 lots are almost small for this thing. So yeah. What you do have to know though is that you cannot really see where it starts because it actually starts in front of the waterfall, so just pay attention to that. Now usually I like to include a pool, and I just draw along the outer edges of the waterfall and then raise it all the way up. So with that, I mean, I usually do it one notch higher than you see right now in this video, but for this tutorial's sake, I'm gonna leave the top part a little bit visible so you can actually see what I'm doing better, I hope. And I do that on the top part and on the bottom part, and sometimes if I'm feeling ambitious or something, then I just do the center part as well, or I don't know, yeah, just go all out. So once again, raise it. And I love using pools because I like my Sims to be able to swim, and I don't have them fishing all that often. I don't know why, but I don't know, I think I like swimming more. So as you can see, once again, just raise it up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I always like to test it in live mode just to see if I can get the effect I want, because sometimes I want the waterfall to end under the water and not above like you see here. It kind of depends on what I'm going for, which I usually decide on along the way, you know, because that's what building does. You change your mind 1,000 times and then you hope for the best. But yeah. So just test it out, twirl it around, and see if you like it. Now a lot of times people use ponds, and that's fine too. You can raise them as well. I find them a little bit trickier also if you want to like build a bridge above, because ponds do not work under like another level for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what it does. Now for the terrain tool, I'm not the best with it. My skills are improving, but I'm trying to help you out here as much as I can. So the flatten to height option actually levels it to the height you're selecting, so in this case the pool. Now like I mentioned, make sure you do not touch the grid or else the waterfall is going to raise as well. I love doing this without the grid on because, I don't know, it's better visible for me. But yeah, if it does get raised, change your pool or change your terrain, whichever you prefer. You can also do this below ground, by the way, but I'm doing this above ground now because that's easier to follow. Now if you want your Sims to have like a sitting area or a fishing area or anything connected to the pool, just raise the terrain all the way up again, and make sure to incorporate a ladder or to have your house actually be on top over there, whatever you like, but make sure it's the same level. For rocks and stuff though, move it all the way down the terrain, I mean, because if you leave it up, the rocks and everything are gonna snap higher, and manipulating them on the terrain itself is trickier than manipulating the terrain after you placed all the bushes and trees and rocks and whatever you want. So yeah, down to the glowing rocks. Now actually, when I was building this Japanese thing, I stumbled upon these and I totally forgot they existed. So they are from Get to Work, and they're in Debug. So I think they're actually blue algae or something like that. I prefer calling them glowing rocks because that sounds cooler than algae in my opinion. Just place them wherever you want, and you will actually see that when the sun sets or sun rises, you still see a little bit of a glow, but I love the effect they give in the dark. And it's so much more practical than placing 1,000 lights inside of rocks, because that takes forever. Trust me, it takes forever. And as for decorating goes, like I mentioned, the lower your terrain is, the easier it's gonna get, because as you're gonna see right now as well, some of the rocks are actually gonna snap a little bit higher because it showed you how to move the terrain. But yeah, there are like countless of options, and debug and explore it. I mean, seriously, it gives so much more things to place and to pick from and whatever. It's amazing, and I always get lost in there. But yeah, I love it. So I mentioned that Japanese mountain build I did. It is in the gallery under that name, Japanese mountain. You know, just under my YouTube name, YouTube name and gallery name is the same, MarronStone. So have fun. Yeah, decorating the waterfall, I always like to make sure that the top part is covered because it grinds my gears to have a little bit of the edge visible. I'm you know, picky. Now for terrain, because you want the smoothest transition, grab the paint out. And depending on what border you're using for the pool or pond, it will depend, you know, which you have to pick to make it more smooth. But just try it out, and don't be afraid to mix and match and make mistakes. You know, you learn from your mistakes. So nobody's perfect. I'm everything but perfect. So yeah. I always like to just test it in different times of day, because sometimes in sunlight it looks different than from the dark. So just that I know that it flows nicely. Now there is a base game option, which I mentioned before, placing lights inside your rocks. So place your rocks in any way you want, and after that you will see your rocks do nothing. They're dark. Now if you want them to be glowy and give light without ruining your terrain or anything outside, grab a lamp and put it inside your rock, and it is gonna glow. And I mean, I love it. I use it all the time because I don't always want to use the glowy rock algae thingies. But yeah, it's the easiest thing I know to do this. If there's another option, please let me know, but I think this is pretty much it. Now sometimes you will have a certain light that's a little bit more white or yellow, and it's going to be bigger than your rock. So just place your rocks once again and size down your lamp if needed. I mean, sizing down is a miracle. It's like the best thing ever. But yeah, have fun with it. This was my little waterfall tutorial. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you next time. Oh, and don't forget to check me out on the gallery. Yeah, that was it. Bye.